G'day guys, Holy Critic here and welcome back to Quick Reviews. Now, I must admit that I'm very privileged to be in a position where I can bring all these rare old movies back from the dead. Case in point is today's erotic thriller, Ladykiller. It's a movie that never made it beyond the VHS era, which is a real shame because it perfectly encapsulates early 1990s cinema. I'll explain what I mean by that later, but it stars Mimi Rogers in her absolute prime as a jaded cop suffering through a midlife crisis. She's lonely, single, and trying to make ends meet in a man's world. She also happens to go by the name Michael, which is no subtle hint at her tomboy persona. So the plot begins with the discovery of a woman's body. Nothing particularly odd about it considering all the signs point to suicide, but Michael detects some anomalies. When she brings her findings to higher-ups at the department, they quickly quash any talk of a criminal investigation. Too many other pending matters to resolve, they claim. But Michael is not one to let sleeping dogs lie, and her history alone proves that. Meanwhile, Michael's private life, or lack thereof, receives a boost. A handsomely suave gentleman named Tim Smith contacts her out of the blue. He supposedly belongs to the same dating agency she joined months earlier. Now, this is one of the strangest aspects of the movie for me. I didn't know this, but back in the days before the internet, dating services apparently got their clients to record a videotaped interview and then shopped it around for potential matches. I can't even begin to imagine why somebody would subject themselves to that, but according to this movie at least, it was all the rage back in 1992. So getting back to the plot, Michael abandons all sense of logic and rationale by getting in bed with Tim mere hours after meeting for the first time. The only explanation I can come up with is that desperation clouded her judgment, but it seems a little inconsistent with her character. Anyway, her rendezvous with Mr. Perfect quickly turns sour when further revelations about his identity come to light. At this point you're probably thinking this is just another predictable whodunit, but you're wrong. If we go back to my original statement about movies from the early 90s, there was an obvious trend. That being sex and danger. Sex was now being used as a weapon by empowered women to ensnare weak men. Think Sharon Stone in Basic Instinct, or Demi Moore in Disclosure, or even Madonna in Body of Evidence. All femme fatale characters manipulating their male counterparts at will. Well, Ladykiller is basically the same, except now the roles are reversed. And if you've seen any of those other movies, you can bet there'll be a big twist at the end. Now, I don't make any promises, but I can tell you right now that you won't see this one coming. Mimi Rogers' layered performance is also highly watchable, and she shines well above her main co-star John Shea. The movie has some plot holes here and there, but I enjoyed its bold approach and willingness to take risks instead of stick to a generic formula. I've given it a final rating of 3.5 halos out of 5. But please keep in mind, I do have a soft spot for this genre. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you at the movie premiere. And just finally, if you haven't had the chance to see it yet, yesterday I released a rant on the conspiracy behind Johnny Depp's latest movie, City of Lies. If you're interested, I've linked it on the left of screen, so make sure you check it out. Enjoy the rest of your day, and this is Holy Critic, signing out.